if I'm having a Zoom meeting, I shut everybody's camera.
Three. Second. Any discussion? Hearing call for the vote, all those in favor? Can you do it again? Thank you. Carrie. The
I need to get me some water. Okay.
number 3, approval of the minutes, November 26th, 284. Mac and you second. Me? Yeah. You. Yeah. Carried. All those in favor? Carried. Number 4, public hearings 10 o'clock. We're gonna adjourn out of the meeting and move our seconder. If I'll move it second. We're in the public hearing.
You should be reading the resolutions.
Oh, sorry. All right, yep. Okay, so
There are no
4.2.
resolutions now.
4.2 is the conditional use 2026 40101 Safi Road.
Excuse me, did I miss where we could speak in regard to?
You did. Because we're not speaking yet. When we come up with right now, we're just on
Oh,
a
sorry,
conditional use, so we go through the list of
okay.
what I have in here. And 4.2. And I guess you're here for the pickleball
The
court.
proposal of pickleball court, yes.
So. Pickleball court.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions you just asked me?
Okay.
Put your hand up first. Yeah, and I'm just gonna make a comment too. Anybody that's on the video, just put your hand up if you have a question, and there is someone watching the computer at all times. They will let me know that you have your hand up and that we can get your question. Right now, we're going to the conditional use path. And you got it covered there.
2126, 40, 101 South.
Can you fill us in?
It's short-term rental, new application. There's been no, I didn't receive any other complaints or objections for this one. And everything looks good in the application.
It's not a renewal, is it?
Nope, no renewals today.
Is there someone here for that online?
There is online, yeah.
Who's here for
Matt.
40101 Safi Road?
I'm not coaching.
Did you have anything to add, Matt? There's no objections. There's no that.
I don't have much to add other than I want to note that we've been going to Plage Albert since I was very young. We have another cottage that we use. It's all in the application. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but we have another cottage that we use for personal uses with our family. This is more of an overflow cabin when we need, and to supplement our income, we do have to rent it once in a while. It's ultimately going to be passed down to our kids. The fact of the matter is that we're typically there almost every weekend, and we do monitor the place. We keep an eye out. We know a lot of the permanent residents around there that also keep an eye out for us. We respect the bylaws. We respect Plage Albert a lot. Yeah, we hope to get approved. That's all I really have to add.
Well, thank you very much. You'll be getting notified. We'll be voting on this right after this public hearing when we go back into the regular meeting, and we'll be voting. Pardon me?
Yeah, it's further on the agenda.
It's further down on the agenda, but it's today.
Right. Be voting on it after we go back into the regular meeting.
Yeah.
After the rest of the agenda. You'll see.
Okay. So it'll be this afternoon probably that we're voting on it, but if you want to, welcome to. to see what the vote is, or you can get, phone the office tomorrow and speak to, Trevor and to be able to, confirm what happened.
Okay, very
Okay,
good. I appreciate that. Sorry, can I just interrupt for a sec? Do I need to stay for the entire meeting today?
No,
No. Okay. Thank you.
there's no objections or anything, so there's not a heck of a lot to discuss when we go back into the vote.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. 4.3 conditional use 2226.5 Raymond Drive. Can you?
This is another short-term rental, new application. The application looks good. There are two people here in attendance in objection. Or I think only one of them is on the meeting, and then the applicant is in virtual as well.
Okay, who's the applicant here?
Jennifer Maslow is on the.
Yeah, I'm here too, Michael.
Keith, would you like to say anything?
Just same as Matt said, we purchased this cottage for family use. It's just the kids are so busy these days, weekends, sport activities and stuff like that. So we decided to try to rent it out a little bit to kind of help us with payments on stuff. But we are here to follow all the guidelines and stuff, and but this kind of gonna be kind of like a temporary thing. So this was not purchased for a rental purpose. It's just by the time the kids are busy with their activities, we would like to try to rent it out a little bit to help us out.
Okay, thanks very much. So there was an objector. Who's the objector? Did you want to say anything?
There's Armand. Laurier.
Armand, are you there?
He's not in there, but Berkeley is.
Julie, are you there? Berkeley?
He's there.
Are they there?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying to find the unmute button. Barclay here. Yeah, I'm not adamantly opposed to it, just cautious, and want to make sure that due diligence is done to ensure that when renters are there, that they're respectful and that there is some kind of recourse for the neighbors in the moment if the renters are not respectful. And of course, we don't have in any way suggestion that our neighbors are planning on renting this out to a bunch of partiers, but really we just want to make sure that we've got some kind of mechanism that we can ensure that if something's going south, that we can contact the neighbors and inform them and pull them in to be a solution versus law enforcement. That's all. So just cautious, that's all. Not openly opposed.
Did you have any specific question?
Not really. That I think that what we could probably do is just reach out to the owners and exchange some information and say, look, at what would you like us to do if we're there and the property's not being treated respectfully. That's pretty much it.
All right, thanks.
if I may, if this is approved, there's a set of conditions that go with, basically standard conditions that go with the approval, and part of that is basically information that they have to provide to the neighbors and so on, so that contact can be made if there's issues that are going on.
That's awesome. I couldn't find that on the website. We were a part of a hearing, I think a year ago, and the neighbor at the time didn't give us any information on that. So I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
If I could add,
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, Mr. Durbinian, are you within a half an hour of travel time if there was a problem to come to look after any problem, or have you hired a company out here at the beach to look after it?
we have my in-laws actually living in Hillside. They're only 5 minutes away. Just to add, like previously we tried to rent it before this license thing came on, and I rented on Airbnb. There's no on Kijiji or Facebook. It's all done through the company that checks who's renting, right? So they have all the records and stuff like that. And previously, we want to rent, like I said, we purchased this for ourselves, for our family, our kids. This is just a temporary thing. We want to try. And in the past, we had when I would get a request, something that we know is 20 of us guys, we want to have click decline. What I always look at it is to rent to somebody like that I would want to be treated. Like when we rent something that will take care of their place, I want my place to be take care of same thing. So I always look at that. There's kids, there's family, grandparents. A lot of times I have a question. So grandparents want to have 2-3 days or a week or something like that. The beach is closed. So yes, we always watch for that. So if I can always decline, and I've done it where I don't have to give the reason to people I'm declining, but if I don't feel right, because like I said, my kids stay in that cottage too, and we spend a good chunk of the time of the summer out there. So yes, I'm definitely gonna make sure that people that are coming are gonna be, taking care of the area, the house, the cottage, and the neighbors and stuff like that. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Did you have a question?
Barkley Engel has his hand up.
Barkley, you've got a question?
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you so much for the opportunity to be a part of the dialogue. Given Mr. Abramov's response, we're more than satisfied to be in support of his request. And thank you very much for the explanation, sir. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for that too. We do have a set of rules, and if people don't follow those guidelines and there's problems, they won't get their license again, or they'll have it taken away and or their permit. So there is guidelines they have to follow. Thanks very much. Hope everything works out for everyone. We'll be voting on this later, like I said, probably this afternoon sometime. If you wanted to hang around are we allowing people on the internet to stay on for the meeting? Yes. So yeah, you can hang around till this afternoon, whenever it is we're voting on it, to see the vote, or you can just call the office tomorrow or wait for the response in writing in a couple of weeks' time to get it. Thank you very much. The next one is 4.4, conditional use 23.6, 2 Edith Road. Conditional use, the same thing. Okay. Do you have anything for us, Trevor?
Another short-term rental, new application. Application looks good. The applicant and they're here on the meeting virtually, as well as there are 2 people here who are here for more information in the audience, as well as somebody else online for more information.
We'll start with Chris Tremblay or Marlene W. Do you have anything to add to that? I see Marlene is there.
Chris has come online.
So I just want to make sure I don't cut off Marlene. But, well, good morning, and thank you very much for taking the time to hear us out. I don't know what I can say that the others haven't said. And apologies, my coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet, so my brain just skipped a beat. Sorry, do you have questions for me?
Well, we were looking for a little bit of input from you, what your plans were, and so on and so forth.
There we go. Thank you. So we purchased this cabin back in I believe it was November or December, with a handful of families within our family, with the intent of being able to spend as much time out there as we can. Now, we all have quite busy lives, right? With especially with our 3 children, etc. So we can't always make it out there, and with the way the economy is right now, it's just very difficult for us to apologies, it's hard to talk about, but long story short, we're looking to offset the costs if we can, if we're not going to be out there. We are cognizant of the bylaws. I grew up rural in Northern Ontario. My parents lived on the lake. I know that people go out to these places to be in peace and quiet. Otherwise, they'd be on the city core. So we have no intention of bringing down the quality of life of our neighbors in any capacity.
A question that gets asked quite often is how far away are you if there is a problem that you have with the renter there?
We are engaging with Marlene, with Nirvana Property Management, so that there is somebody who is able to deal with it quickly. Furthermore, I'm currently looking into, there's a system called Minute. It's a cameraless sensor system, so you can check things like decibel levels, etc. So you get an instant notification. If for some chance one of your neighbors decide it's a good idea to yodel at 11 p.m., you can let them know it's not.
Would be great. Thank you very much. So there's a couple people that are looking for information. James Strong, do you have a question?
You've answered pretty much everything. We talked to Trevor and he pretty much answered all our questions at that point.
Okay.
We just wanted to know if there was a problem, who we would be contacting, how would we get involved with that? And
So you got all the information on that?
pretty much, again, though, if they've got somebody that's gonna be monitoring the place, it'd be nice to have that number that we will contact them.
Well, you should be getting the people's number direct. So
Okay,
you'd be able to phone them and get that information, so you can phone the company that they've hired to.
okay, and that's perfect. We're right across the street from them, so
And like I
If
said,
there
we
was
have rules
something-
in place now, if they're not followed and there's complaints, it's a possibility that they won't be able to get their permit renewed again.
Yeah. And we realize that the economic situation sometimes call for this, so.
You know, this isn't really a new thing either. I remember, I was born in 62. And, my parents did the same thing. They they leased it out to friends and relatives too, and that's how they afforded to be able, or were able to afford to keep that property. Anyway, thanks very much. We'll be voting on this again.
Oh, there's an objector there,
Question?
David Hartman.
Oh, sorry, David, are you online? David Hartman?
Yes, yeah, I am. Can you hear me okay there?
Yeah, do you have an objection or are you looking for information?
Started as an objection, turning into more information. I understand the bylaws and to follow all the rules and all that. That's fantastic. I did move into the area last year. I have a rental directly across the street from me on Edith already. I guess I did read the application in that the people around are supposed to get contact information for the people, for the actual owners for that. I guess my question, a couple questions. This is more for the council for my information. How do I go about getting that information? And the other side of this is, when does the council say there's too many short-term rentals in a certain area? Like, is there a certain amount that way? I ask just because obviously this is a trend in one direction. I see multiple other cabins for sale in Lester Beach right now. And I'm just curious, what are the guidelines that the council looks at when making these determinations?
There isn't a formula yet, but counselors are asking about it and saying maybe we should have a limit. So that's something that could be coming anytime.
Absolutely.
There may be a formula that says 50%, 10%, I have no idea. But this is being looked at. And I would say that it's probably gonna come when there is problems or complaints. Counselor Danwich has a comment.
Yeah, everybody with these short-term rentals, we have very strict rules and regulations. You can phone Trevor from them tomorrow or whatever to see them all. I could say they're very strict. Since we've been putting them in, well, I guess a couple of years now, I'm gonna guess we have probably 30 or 40. I think we had one really bad one where we asked them to leave, and other than that, everything is very good. We did okay some in places that if they passed, and they have a year, to look after it. And if they don't do it, we have the bylaw officers, we can send them there. And we do have, we can fine them, about $500.
Well,
We have that.
that's the fine. So
We watch them very, very closely.
Yeah, I guess my point is being directly across from a current short-term rental that, I've had no major complaints or concerns. I haven't filed anything. It's the looky-loos that are staring down my driveway and my area and that type of thing. You're bringing a lot of new people into the area and looking at a lot of stuff that's in and around. So that's obviously you guys are factoring that into your considerations as well. So thank you for your time. Just was more for an information side of things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll So you guys can hang around and wait for the vote. It'll be sometime this afternoon. Or you can call tomorrow and speak to Trevor and he can give you the answer, or just wait for a couple of weeks and you'll get something in the mail. Thanks.
Thank you.
One is 4.5 conditional use, 242615 Pioneer Street. And that is. Okay, this will be the pickleball court. So I understand there's several people or a handful of people here in objection, and did Gordon Campbell want to, did you have anything to add first before we get started, Trevor?
No,
Is Gord Campbell online? Did he want to speak, Mr. Campbell?
Sure, sure, if you can hear me.
Yeah,
I think you unmuted me. Okay. Yes, this idea began about 3 years ago at our AGM. Our AGM's attendance is usually between 100 and 120 people. And we were asking what kinds of facilities people would like to have to improve the area. And the idea of a pickleball court came up. So that gave us a year to do some research. And we had Gail Eaton, who volunteered to do some in-depth research and some costing for this. So we came back to the next AGM with a rough cost and plan. And people said, yes, that sounds like a good idea. It's expensive, but if we have a plan for funding, et cetera, we should pursue the idea. We followed that up with a survey for the community for all of our members, and we had an overwhelming response. So we had close to 200 responses from approximately 220 members. 75% said that they would like to see us use to put in a pickleball court, and that 66% of them would use it, or they would have someone in their family who would be using it. So we continued to pursue it. We looked at a variety of locations that we had available, and we determined that the least troublesome location would be along First and Pioneer, the corner beside our volleyball area. I know some people are concerned about the noise. We've researched the noise factor and looked at if it is a problem, there are blankets that can be put up that reduce 50% of the noise. I went to a pickleball court similar to what we have proposed at River Heights Community Club. There are 2 courts there, and my friend and I listened for quite a while to the games that were being played. There are houses across the street. They had no complaints. We're basically looking at 2 balls in play at any one time, at the most 8 people. So from there, we decided that we would put in the application and hope that it was approved. Since then, there has been some online concern, particularly about the noise. And as I said, we've looked at factors to reduce the noise. On the online concerns that were raised, overwhelmingly, people said, yes, this is something that we would like to have have an additional outlet in the community for exercise. And as it is on a sports field, that was the intent, that it be used for activities.
Thank you very much, Mr. Campbell. I guess we can move to the objectors, or does council want to ask questions first?
Watch your times.
Okay,
You have an favor.
and you're only supposed to have 10 minutes. How many
2
minutes?
in favor.
Pardon me?
You have 2 that are in
2
favor.
in favor? Right.
I usually don't allow.
You better cut back on 10 minutes, that people will be here for 3 days.
Yeah.
How many names are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people? 9, 10, 11, maybe. Okay, we're gonna go down to
That's about
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
That's what we get when we're.
Let's try and hear everyone. I want to hear everyone.
Can we submit our opposition to the council if we cannot speak to its entirety today?
Sure.
Thank you.
Did, you didn't do that already?
No, I wasn't aware that I was supposed to do that. Nobody.
Okay, no, you don't have to do it, but if you can do it. Anyway, Carol Thompson.
There's
What
a
about Galen?
Galen,
Is Galen online?
Right here.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Keith. Did you have anything to add? You have 3 minutes.
I just wanted to add to what Gordon said, and we've also taken the noise concerns very seriously because it can be disturbing for people. So just want to go over what unique resources we have to build this court and then speak to the noise. And also the importance of pickleball because what I know people have suggested that people could simply go to Victoria Beach or to Grand Beach and play pickleball. But what we want to do is make a community resources that is accessible by active transportation so that more take up the sport. And it would get more kids involved in the sport. And that's the growing element these days is not actually the older people, the older adults, but also younger people are joining the sport. So that would be a definite benefit to the community, have multiple age groups enjoying the sport. The unique opportunity insofar as building this court is that we have that support from the community. But secondly, because these courts are very expensive, concrete for its durability, concrete's very expensive. But we've been able to secure discounted concrete that is almost about half the price as what we would normally pay. So this makes it achievable to build this court by a small community association. The other resources that we have is we have experienced project managers, people who are experienced at pouring and forming concrete. We have a team of volunteer labor that can support the build and a committed board to see the project through. So these resources really don't align all the time. So an opportunity like this may not come up again anytime soon. Again, we note that a pickleball court would be an appropriate use in a sports field. It's would be reasonable to expect to hear sports noises from sport field. And we really carefully considered citing this court to avoid potential disturbance to adjacent residents, right? Noise and parking being the two main concerns. So the court is adjacent to the parking between the volleyball court and the parking area. So there wouldn't be any additional parking going around on other sides of the field. And it's our desire to really work cooperatively with residents with this to ensure that concerns are addressed. So there are other things we can do beyond the mats for noise protection is also work on court hours. And we also recognize this court is seasonal, so it's not going to be always used year round. And that there's no outdoor lighting, so there wouldn't be late at night or something when you have that. So I think that would help.
Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna extend it to 4 minutes per person. We already did do 3, so.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna give another minute for everyone.
Okay.
So go ahead and get to the points you need to get to.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about the noise. There's been studies done about the noise. And the first 100 feet, and these studies have come out of the US. The first 100 feet around a court, they say there should be no residential building within the first 100 feet. Within 150 feet, there is noise mitigation required. Okay, that 150 feet circle around those courts, it has no residential areas that are within 150 feet. Outside of the 150 feet, there is an increase in the decibels when play occurs. It's around 55 decibels that they've studied. And so there's the noise abatement strategies that Gordon mentioned. But just to give you a comparison, at 55 decibels outside of the 150 feet buffer zone, that would be equivalent to a household refrigerator, a moderate rain, or a conversation, or a background music. For comparison, noise from a child's playground can be 115 decibels. So like there's the playground right next door. So that could
If you have a couple of comment left when your time is out.
Okay, we'd like to work in a constructive way to work with the residents around the area so that it's not a zero-sum game.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, sorry for talking so much.
That's all right. Is David,
Carol Thompson.
sorry, Carol Thompson?
Hello. Can you hear me?
You've only got 4 minutes to speak, so we try not to repeat the same comments and something new for us. I'm gonna start the time right now.
Sure. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great. I don't have much to say. I feel I would really like to give up more of my time to Galen, but I did want to say that there is overwhelming support from the community. If you take a look at some of the remarks on Facebook, most of the people who live in the community are in favor of it. And the naysayers, a lot of them aren't association members, or they're not even from our community. So that's one thing to consider. The other thing is, a lot of people have suggested perhaps people should go to Vic Beach or go to Grand Beach if they want to use pickleball courts. First of all, that defeats the purpose of, you know, hopping on your bike, cycling over to the court and playing a game with family members. And the other thing is that the rules around the court usage at Victoria Beach are really rigid. They even have like a manual where you have to go and compare yourself to see what level you're at so that you can slot yourself into the appropriate level to play. And that isn't what we're looking at here. We're looking at some place where families can get together and get some exercise together. So that's about all that I had to say on the subject.
Thank you very much, Carol.
You're welcome.
We are going to move to the list of objectors.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time. Okay, next on the list here is Dan Lester. Would you have anything to say, sir?
Yeah,
And I'll just remind you, you got 4 minutes, sorry.
yeah, I'm gonna speak on behalf of 662-3019, 116-7719, or 179, sorry, Canada Limited. And then there's two others, which is Western Beach Rise, which is affiliated with that. There's phase 1 and phase 2 of
You still got 4 minutes.
I know. Okay. What I was gonna say is drive to and drive from people. Yeah, I understand that, but it's the people that live across and the area that have the duration of 8 hours. The come and go people are come and go. And I can understand that people want it amenities, but it's like, are we building this just to make it convenient for people, or are we making it for the people in the area? Because I was on the board and I was brought up at Bel Air Properties or Pine Grove Estates. So is it evolving from a community association or a cabinet association to a community club? So, and if it's gonna be doing that, maybe they need fences. And I inquired about Grand Beach and Victoria Beach, and they slot people in. That's if you're a newbie. But if you're not a newbie and you're just booking time, it's just time. So as it's popular and people are saying, I want to be part of the pickleball craze. I want to be part. So yeah, I vote in favor, but do you live across the street, or do you live across Pleasantville or in a surrounding area? And it's just like, and property development. It's like, there's a whole list that I sent in, and that's for council to decide or whatever, or they can adjourn it. Just so you know, I don't know, jog your memory, is that there's on the parking lot there, that's not a parking lot. That was done in per se to just for construction, and then just resumed into a parking lot because the North Star Hill Climbers, they come in and they do grooming and they zoom around there and then go back. Because we have a mitigation gate, because I had my picture taken with yourself, Raymond Durand was the then Reaver mayor or whatever, and Wayne Owasco. And that was just to promote trail that's out to the to the former rail bed. Because, just so you know, Lester Beach is a trap community. It's
So what?
trap community, and that there's one way in. And it's like, you didn't say that we're gonna open this up until then. It's not open, because my friend was, when the tsunami, July 1st, 2005, came in and overwhelmed the creek of the Fire Guard Road. Or not the Fire Guard Road, the former rail bed. He was trapped on the other side, but the gate was locked. Somebody had to pick him up and then throw him license. He was my neighbor and I was. I'm just gonna say, if there's ways to mitigate it, that should be done. Such as fencing and sound barriers or whatever. Because if you can't use the parking lot, because otherwise then you have to do a closed road allowance. And just so you know, the parking is on the other side of the road. I know because I had to give 10 feet of land in phase 1 of Western Beach Rise in 2018 because they built the road in the wrong spot. So it's just like, there's more to it than it's, and the old sports field, the new sports field was donated by my aunt. Because she was part of the land. And I had come out there since zero. And there was a recent picture of me of four generations. Like, and I'm like, you were 62 tomorrow. So, whatever. But I think this started like with me for the community, for the trails. Is that I just want to see success because old people couldn't walk down Western Boulevard anymore or First Avenue because they were worried about getting hit by a car. So that's why we have the crossing on Pioneer and whatever. Thank you.
Thank you. Pardon me?
Stay on the pickleball court. Stay on the comment.
Yeah.
Stay on the objective.
Yeah. Well, we have four objections and.
You're done.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
So you were speaking for Alice and Lisa or no?
Yes, Alice was online. She's with Lisa, my
Okay,
sister, and then.
Yeah, we're
there's-
still online here.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Lisa, did you have anything to add or was Dan speaking for you?
Yeah, you know what? The only thing I would like to say is that I just want to really keep a peaceful community. It's what I grew up in as well. And, you know, the surrounding cottages that are still there, you know, and people investing in them and people being there. I find that the traffic will pick up. And I think that, you know, all the blankets and all the stuff that is going to be there could be a hindrance because I've done my own research as well. So that's my concern.
Okay, thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Is David Hartwich in line or online?
I'm online. I'm neutral on this. I'm here for information.
Okay, so you're not opposed, you're just here for information?
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Susan Ginden,
Yes, I'm here.
hi,
I'm here. Hi.
did you want to speak?
Okay, I will.
Go ahead.
I wanted to speak to everybody though. I just wanted to say that I don't dislike pickleball. I don't think pickleball courts are bad. I think the situation is here is the location, and I'm mostly concerned about the residents that live on the park, and I'm right at the end, and that's just an alleyway to bounce off because my house is right there, 2 stories of it. And I wouldn't be against it if I was told, you know what, you're still gonna have privacy in your home, you're gonna have quiet enjoyment. But I just think from 7 in the morning till 9 at night, 7 days a week for a whole summer, I just see trouble, right? So I'm very concerned, right? But I'm not against it. Like Dan said, mitigation and whatever. I'm just so, I have a dog. People on Pleasantville have a couple big dogs. They're hearing the dogs are going to be barking all day. You can't stop your dog to not bark at a sharp sound. And there's big dogs all along Pleasantville. They're full-time residents. And my dog is a watchdog and she's on it, right? And I can't punish my dog. And you guys are going to say, stop that dog from barking. The only way I can do that is give it away or put it down. I see big problems. So I'm looking to you people to say, you know what, Susan, the problems aren't as bad as you think they are. But right now, as it stands, I can only go, I've been reading, like, I've sent you guys unbelievable amounts of emails about like litigation, and And putting a pickleball court in a residential area, especially right on the park, there is going to be something. And I realize that there's maybe just us and everybody gets to go home and have quiet enjoyment of their home. And I'm afraid of losing that. Right? And then they say, oh, well, it's only 7 households. Well, what would these people, how would you feel if you were facing that? You would be concerned. You would be very concerned, right? And I'm not a cottager. I have to say, I moved there full-time 15 years ago. I'm not I don't go south in the winter. This is my home. This is my community. I just don't go there for fun. I live there 24/7. And I don't want to have to deal with this 14 hours a day. And I think that people will come from Hillside or whatever and use the pickleball court, and you can't stop them, right? Locking it up maybe is a good. Is it just for Lester Beach? Lester Beach, I see people in Victoria Beach, Hillside very interested and excited that Lester Beach is going to have a pickleboard. And I've read on Pioneer, the traffic is pretty busy on Pioneer and First. It's pretty busy. So anyway, that's my concern. And I've done a lot of so much research, and they say, pickleballs in residential areas is just not a good idea. I couldn't find any area that it went really well. Like the upgrade in the courts and stuff like that. Yeah, it helps. But, I think pickleball is crazy popular. And we have to think about how many people are going to come. And there's no law that I know of to make them go away, right? So anyway, that's it. This is my little thing about how it affects the price of my property, because I just read so much about that I had to,
Are you part of the
well, people just
Cottage Owners
think that it's,
Association?
I can't stop people from outside.
Are you part
I
of the
could tell them, oh, it's not going to be a problem.
Are you part of the Cottage Owners Association?
I'm sorry?
Are you part of the Cottage Owners Association?
Yes,
Yeah.
I certainly am.
Were you at the meetings when they were talking about this?
No. But I followed
Did
it
they give
all.
you any information through the mail or online or anything like that?
No, well, I got the final thing, like to come here. I got a few things, and then the Hillside wanted to build a second court.
I just had a couple questions. Your time is.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much for letting us.
Okay, so thanks. So I'm really concerned, and I object because my fears have not been allayed by anybody giving me information that would allay my fears.
Well, thank you very much.
Is that fair enough? Okay, that's good.
Okay,
Well,
that was Susan. So we have Kim Peeble next. Did you have anything to add?
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I was just curious.
No, just
Where
hang
do you
on. We recognize
Okay.
the young lady as being
okay.
kind of a deal.
I'll get you next after.
No problem.
Kim. Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello.
Everyone here. I do have quite a few concerns as a resident of Lester Beach myself and someone who resides on Pleasant Vale, which is the street adjacent to where the proposed court is to be developed, constructed. My concerns are not just for myself, they are for the entire community. I speak to this on a personal level and as a community member at large. Pickleball courts are, yes, community engaging, but they've been around long enough now where a lot of places have noticed and are now putting in place better standards of dealing with them and figuring out where to place them. I do have an issue with another pickleball court being placed in Lester Beach, as they have aforementioned that we do have some in Victoria Beach as well and in Grand Beach. Grand Beach, I might add, is a bike ride away through the back trail where Lester Beach lies and adjoins straight to the Grand Beach Adventure Park. And so we don't always need vehicles to get to the other courts to make use of them. We can go to them by a bike ride. I do feel as a community member who is a permanent resident in Lester Beach, that if I drive to go to swimming lessons, to participate in curling, baseball, and any of these other sports, I pay a user's fee for the said sport that I am participating in, and I don't think it's too much of a hardship to ask people that want to participate in pickleball to also pay a user fee for something that they want to use. I don't think that it's fair to ask an entire community, and I am not an association member, by the way, so I have not had any of the partakings of whatever went on in association meetings, and I have not been notified as a community member at large, received anything in the mail or email or otherwise in regards to pickleball. The only thing I've seen is on local social media sites, and I have made my comments there as to how I feel in regard to this. My other concern is not just to the human population in regard to this, it's also to the ecological effects that a pickleball court can have to the natural wildlife and forest animals that we cohabitate with. We are living in their home, and the pickleball court noise does go to 55 to 57 dBA, and can go higher. That quoted number is for just one pickleball court with one pickleball being used at a time. If there are more pickleball courts and more balls being used, the decibel rate actually increases. I've done my research as well, and I've looked to Health Canada. Sorry, I have to get into my phone here. Health Canada for the human populace states that in their, sorry, bear with me here as I try to find everything. You guys will receive this all later. Sorry, I have a lot written here. Health Canada guidelines in their 2017 document, Guidance for Evaluating Human Health Impacts and Environmental Assessment, noise, recommended keeping outdoor noise levels below 55 dBA and also recommended lowering the limit by another 5 dBA when the noise had unpleasant characteristics such as tonality and impulsiveness. Pickleball being considered by Health Canada as an impulsive noise contributor. Health Canada also noted that quiet equipment only reduces the sound of the BPA levels by another 5 dBA, which still leaves the impulsivity noise at the maximum level set out by Health Canada. It was also noted that creating an earth berm, which would be another thing that we could do, because I've also looked into ways that we could make this more accessible. But it would take using up more of the free green space as well if we created an earth berm or other such methods by which to reduce the noise. A study done. I have to go back now. A study done by Nathan Kleist, who is a researcher from the University of Colorado Boulder, studied the impact of constant impulse noise on birds, noting that many sensitive species fled the areas and those that did not had smaller body sizes and reduced feather growth, noting it as an ecological trap of human-generated noise, leading the birds to make harmful choices by those remaining in an impulsive noise area, as indicated by a pickleball court. He also noted that the constant noise also inhibited some species from hearing the warning calls, communication from other birds as to predators being in their area. These dysregulations are indicators that show constant stress, and this is not only affects animals, but it affects humans as well. Christopher Lowry, a stress psychologist.
4 minutes is up to.
Was it?
Thank you
Okay, well, I
very
can go
much.
into that the human factor too. I live there. I have a son with PTSD and I have a son with ADHD. We bought our home in Lester Beach because of the peace and the quiet. And that's what we were guaranteed when we bought the place by our realtor, that that area across the street would always remain green space that would be developed.
Thank you very much, Kim.
And then home ownership.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Kim.
that's
Thank you, Kim. Rick Cannell is online. I guess we missed him on the list. Are you there, Rick? Did you have anything to add?
Yes, I do. This will be very short, 1 minute. We live in Florida in the winter for 5 months, and we live about 10 houses away from 6 courts. And the wind has to be just right for us to hear the faint noise of pickleball. We play pickleball, so and then it never bothers us. It's about the same distance from where they're thinking of putting the pickleball courts here to around Susan's house. So and I'm not swearing on this, but I don't think she will hear it very much because there's no trees between our house and the pickleball courts in Florida. We run a group for the Canadians in this community. So I would be more concerned about the noise on Pleasantvale than anything else. But I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of trees around the courts that are proposed, but hopefully it'll be quiet enough. I don't think it's any noisier than the kids playing basketball, the basketball hoop. And yeah, there's nothing in Florida between us other than 2 houses between us and the pickleball courts down there. And as far as too many people going there, if it catches on, then you just start setting, like Victoria Beach, different mornings for different players' abilities. My wife and I are both rated pickleball players, and down there and up here, we've gone to Victoria Beach multiple times. We know what the times are and what the days are for different skill levels. So, and if it doesn't catch on, then it'll just be families and kids and stuff like that will come and play, and it'll be fine. You can always manage the number of people that are showing up at one time. Just depends on how much it's popular or not. That's all I have to say. Both my wife and I would gladly be involved in the planning process and whatever happens if we're needed. That's it.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Donnell. What name, sir?
James Strong.
James, go ahead, James.
We live number 2 Edith Road, so I assume that we're number 3 Edith Road, sorry. Very close to where they're planning on building it. This is the first we've heard of it. Has it been sent out? Have there been notifications sent out about this, or or is it just the Cottage Owners Association talking to themselves? And
no, I don't know exactly how they've sent things out, but I've known about it for 3 years because I've been at their Cottage Owners Association meetings.
Okay, well, we're not members of the Cottage Owners Association. We've had no notification whatsoever.
Okay.
And we've lived out there for 50 years.
Thanks. Thank you. Kim, you had a call.
There's other people you have to.
Yeah, Mayor Briscoe.
Yes.
If I may interject, anyone within 100-meter radius is notified.
Okay.
So if you're not within that 100-meter radius, we won't be notified.
Sorry, Street first.
Okay.
That's
From
not
the
Yeah, yeah.
municipality.
Yeah.
a municipality. Yeah, just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just pointed out to me, there was other people here that were undecided. They want more information. So I have 3 people here. Scott McDonald online.
Yes, sir.
Scott McDonald, did you have any questions?
Sorry, no, I don't think so. I think it's been pretty informative. I'm of the opinion of why change something that's not broken. I agree with whoever, I'm sorry, I missed their name, about the whole thing about the reason why my family and I bought in Lester Beach 20 years ago was because of it's quiet, right? So yeah, I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I think that, I think we need to, I think it would help if we could cement the fact that there's going to be mats for this noise thing. It seems like it's sort of a thought and not part of the plan. So perhaps someone could answer that question for me if they could. And the other question I have is, like, if we're putting up a schedule and whatever, like who's enforcing all this stuff? Like I said, are bylaw officers going to be handing out paddle? Like, how are we enforcing all these rules? Yeah, and Rick shook his head. I agree. So anyways, that's all I have. Thank you.
I've got 2 Ken, you got something?
No,
There's 2 questions.
The other 2 is.
I just wanted to ask you, there was 2 questions that came up. One is, I know you say there's mats that can be put on for mitigating the noise. Is that what's gonna happen if there is too much noise? If this was passed?
Yes. Can I respond?
Sure, go ahead, Gordon.
Yes, that's the plan. We have to determine if it is noisy, because don't forget there are a number of barriers of trees. There's the garage, there's the pavilion. Between Susan's house, it's about 1,000 feet, so it's quite a distance away. But if it is noisy, then definitely that is something that we would do. Also, the hours that we would post would be from at the earliest 9 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. So it's not as long as was mentioned. And yes, we
Gordon, it's Jack. It was just a short question. I didn't need a whole big explanation, but thank you for passing that on. We just wanted to know if that was part of the plan. And the other
definitely, yep.
Okay, thank you very much, Gordon. I just had that one question. I'll remember the other one. We'll continue on with the people who are looking for more information. Nancy Kelly, did you have anything to say?
Yes, I do. I just want to let you know that I do object to this now. I've changed my mind on it. And I do live in Lester Beach. I'm a permanent resident, and also I'm a member of the Lester Beach Association. In response to Gordon's information about the survey, I want to let you know that I did not receive a survey. I was wondering myself how they came up with this plan. I know they talked about it at the general meetings. I was never able to participate in there, and other than that, I've never seen any kind of correspondence on it. I also wanted to talk about the noise level. Currently, the events that are running there right now are like, once in a while, we might have a band, or the volleyball courts are right directly across the street from me. I hear them on Saturday mornings, which is fine. I don't mind it. I don't mind.
What about the band? You said there's bands playing?
Yeah.
That noise doesn't get to your house?
Oh, yeah, it reaches our place too. For sure. It reaches all the way across 7X Street, I'm sure, which is great, because it's nice to hear all of that. People having fun, it's families, it's everything else, right? But I'm really concerned about the noise level from the pickleball courts, and I'm concerned about the traffic and also the parking that's gonna be affected, whether our street will be affected with parking and traffic, because right now we have, we have young children that come to our area, right? So I'm concerned about that. I'm worried about the expense of it, who's gonna pay for it. And also, I just think that if we're gonna spend some money in Lester Beach Sports Field, that it can be something that's a little more appropriate for families. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Sandra Kearney, are you online? Sandra? No way.
I have on a Samsung device, but I don't have anyone with the name Sandra.
Sandra, you're not there? You have to see him.
Okay, I'm Ken Danwood. I'm the counselor for Lester Beach. I know all about pickleball courts for the past 3 years on Lester Beach. I know about pickleball courts inside and out. We stayed in Pine in Texas for quite a few years. We put pickleball courts in. We have the same concerns everybody else has here. We had to fight with the shuffleboard people to put the pickleball courts in. If anybody, the gentleman from Florida, or he'll know all about it. We put 2 courts in Pine to Palm. We made rules and regulations, when they can play, who can play, the noise complaints. We didn't get any, very few noise complaints. Our biggest problem with playing pickleball was the aggressive players. So you have to set up a committee, when you can play, who can play who, and because you got beginners and experts and everything else. I know about the area very well. There is between over the First Avenue, there is a buffer of trees on that side, and I don't know if the noise will be there to bother anybody. And then going to Pleasant Valley, there's trees on the other side too. There's lots of things that can happen at pickleball courts. Myself, personally, I also helped put in the ones in Victoria Beach. There's no noise problem there because there's no cottages close by. So myself personally, if you do put the pickleball courts, and we'll know how we'll be voting this afternoon, if any complaints do come up, there's things that you can do to stop, the things that you can do to keep the noise down. You can buy quieter balls. I didn't realize you can buy quieter balls. You can buy quieter bats. You can put a mat down. You can put up a fence all the way around. I think in Pine Palm, we put up fence around and everything worked out good, so anyhow, we'll see how it goes this afternoon for the vote. But for the ones that I worried, I look at it as exercise. Why I did play pickleball lots and lots and lots. My children play it, my grandchildren play it, and I'm not a young buck anymore, but I still play it the odd time, and I really enjoy it for exercise and everything else. And it's and I think for the everybody should be play pickleball around the world, not only in Lester Beach and in Canada, Manitoba, Canada. It's right around the world now, and everybody's enjoying it. So
Not everybody.
yes, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Does any other councilors have anything to add? Go ahead, Dan.
I had a question for Mr. Campbell because it was brought up that possible use would come from neighboring subdivisions. Is the intent for it to be for Lester Beach?
Yes. Yes, the intent is it is for the community of Lester Beach, yes.
And someone would be monitoring that to make sure?
Well, we would have to see how it goes. The idea is that we would have signs posted and say that this is for priority use for the Lester Beach community, who supported it and who paid for it. So it's not to have a policeman at the door saying you can't play, but the priority would always be for the Lester Beach community.
I asked the question because parking is a legitimate concern. And if it is for Lester Beach residents, most of the people could walk or bike there. So that would alleviate some of that, but if you were allowing in other people from neighboring subdivisions, then there would be a parking issue.
Yeah, there is spots for about 6 to 8 cars there, and at the most we would have 8 people playing, 2 courts, four people per court. So I don't see that the parking would be particularly challenging. And as you said, people would most likely walk or take their bike there. So the intent is that it is for the Lester Beach community. And the signs, there would be fencing around it as well. So the signs would indicate that.
Thank you.
I got another question for you, Mr. Campbell. I've been at a couple of weddings at the field there.
Yeah.
And I don't recall anybody complaining about noise or parking for those. Like, do you still allow weddings there or other functions like that? I heard I'm asking Mr. Campbell.
Yes, because there is the large space where tents can be used. There is all parking along Pioneer. There's parking along First, but for the pickleball court, there wouldn't be that many people playing. So when we have our summer events, we're getting, up to 500 or more people. So the road is full, but this is not the same kind of traffic at all. This would be very limited. And as I said, the parking that's there would be adequate for the sign. I think we would also put a sign on Pleasantvale saying that there is no parking allowed for pickleball usage there.
Thank you. Is there anyone new that has a question?
Who owns this property?
Who owns the property?
Lester Beach Association.
Lester Beach owns it?
Lester Beach owns it, okay.
I can't take any more questions, sorry. Is that it from council?
Yeah.
He will be making a decision this afternoon, like I said, about the other permits. And we are gonna take a 2-minute break right now.
Okay, thank you for considering this.
Thank you.
See, this is a sporting field. Remote just the Pioneer on this side, over there today, that wasn't on the side.
We didn't adjourn the.
Two left. We got 2 more.
We got 2 more?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're not calling the meeting, we're calling the hearing order.
46 is the 46 is the community.
4.6.
Conditional use,
Conditional use 2526 999 PR 315. Conditional use.
that's the, Lee River Snow Rider, want to put a couple of, sea cans in there for storing their signs and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with that. Oh,
There's no objectors.
No.
Is there anyone here to speak up about it or help?
they're on, they're on the other side of the road from, all the cottages and cottage developments and so on, and they're isolated in there as well, so it's like, not an issue.
Okay, the next one is 4.6.1 conditional use 2626 18 Hazel Drive.
Any complaints? If the applicant online, sir.
Okay. Do you have anything to?
Just a lot of trash.
Block, right?
Okay, can I ask a question? Is this Hazelwood Drive someplace other than in Ward 4? Or is it Hazelwood Cove in Ward 4?
Has to be Hazelwood Cove, we don't have a.
Okay, well, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, all of them on our Ross Drive right now, or on their system, are all Hazelwood Drive, so we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, it's Hazelwood
Yeah,
Cove.
and I do know that, yeah, so I'm surprised to see this as well.
Yeah.
But they're all listed here as Hazelwood Drive, so we'll look into that one.
So who's the person for this one?
Who's online?
Kozlowski.
Oh,
Josh, did you have anything to say about your,
No, it's just my wife and I own this cottage along with our 4 kids, and we are looking to replace an older, smaller garage with a slightly larger garage with a storage loft space, unfinished storage space above. That's all we're trying to do here.
Thank you very much.
Whereabouts are you, on the East Cove or West Cove side?
Well, there's Hazelwood Drive enters off of Anderon Road, and then it splits off onto East Cove and West Cove. So we're right on the corner where it tees into East and West.
Okay, all right. That's nice.
and, I didn't notice anything from the building inspector.
Yeah, it said there.
He doesn't have a problem.
Basically, just.
And they've got their dwelling and everything on the lot already, so it's just, this is an auxiliary building kind of a deal.
Okay, thanks very much. We will be voting on this later this afternoon. If you want to hang around, you're more than welcome to do so.
Or call Trevor tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You get something in the mail.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Again, 6.1.1 is go back into the public hearing, or leave the public hearing and go back into the meeting. Do you need a mover and a seconder? I'll move it.
I'll second.
We are back. All those in favor? Carried. We're back in the meeting.
Okay.
Number 5 is legislative and finance. Point 1, general checks.
Second.
Back in,
Be it resolved, Council of the Rural Municipality of Alexander approves accounts payable from check number 2026 to 0298 or 2026-0322. And EFT number 260-271 to 260-305, inclusive, for a total amount of $369,323.17. Mover and a second. Oh, we got a mover and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried.
Perfect.
5.2 automatic withdrawals.
I'll move it.
Second. Gord and Ken. Be it resolved that the Council of the RMFA approve the automatic withdrawal for the month of May 2026 in the amount of $26,875.73 for Western Financial, Manitoba Hydro, MTS, and Beason.
Discussion.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all for the vote, all those in favor, carried. 5.3 is payroll.
Hello.
There's
I'll move it.
second. So we got Mac and Ken. Be it resolved, Council for the RMFA approve the automatic payment for the June 4th, 2026 and June 18th, 2026 staff payroll in the amount of $184,152.75. Further be it resolved that the council for the RMLA approve the automatic payment for the month of May 2026 for council indemnity per diem expenses of $13,242.69. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried.
Oh. You're keeping it weak, guys.
5.4 is a wedding request and award for resolution be it resolved. The council of the RMLA has no concerns with the request from Shalinda and her partner to host their wedding on a Bird River property on June 17th, 2027.
July.
July 17th, 2027, on the conditions that number one, access routes must remain clear at all times as well as municipal roads. Number two, there will be no overnight parking allowed. Number three, there is no littering the public property and all garbage must be picked up. Number four, no fireworks or sky paper lanterns allowed. Did I have a mover and second?
I'll move it.
Second. Any discussion?
When I read it through, they're looking at a maximum of 60 people attending, including the caterers and stuff like that. So it doesn't sound like it's gonna be a super big wedding to start with, kind of a deal. So I don't have a problem with it.
We'll sell their own property there.
Yeah.
We're voting. Are you?
I'm going.
You're fat, Ken.
No.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried.
Or too efficient.
And the next one is mine.
5.5 birthday event request.
I shall move that.
And I'll second.
Be it resolved, the council of the RMLA has no concerns with the request from 31 Grand Pines to host a birthday celebration at the location from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the condition that access routes must remain clear at all times, as well as parking on municipal roads and not obstruct traffic. Number two, there will be no overnight parking allowed. Number three, there is littering of public. There is no littering of public property and all garbage must be picked up. Four, no fireworks or sky paper lantern allowed. Is there any discussion?
You know, like, pretty well straightforward, only for a couple hours. No problem, it's 60. Well, it's just the family coming out, I think, see what I had to do.
Cool. All those in favor? Carried. 5.6 Manitoba Infrastructure and Transportation. MIT speed limit change request. It's not MIT anymore. They changed their name back to MIT. Be it resolved that the council of the RMLA accept the response from Manitoba Infrastructure and Transportation of Information.
Yeah. I don't know, surprised.
They rejected it.
Who,
They said, you know,
Yeah, they said no.
what is this? Oh,
Is that for 304 too?
Travis Street to Victoria Beach.
Yeah, they rejected.
They said no.
They said no.
That's fine.
You're gonna do.
As it is, once you get past, what do you call it?
Albert Beach.
Albert Beach, there's Saudi Road. It goes down to 70.
You know. But maybe if in the biennial, Travis Street. I go on 70. I have trouble going 70 in Victoria Beach.
At that time, so I mean, you see the traffic, you drive to traffic, those corners can be dangerous, but.
These second, I'm sure you've been out there like
Yeah.
crazy.
So just
Irritate everything.
while we're talking about that, Dr. Bonnie has got, Highway 11, in around where 520 comes off, like by the co-op gas station.
Yeah.
That's getting knocked down to 80. And then by, Croppers and where Highway 313 comes off is getting knocked down to about 80. And they're like,
If there's.
sorry, drifters, right? Also something coming, but they don't know what in regards to 317 and.
There was discussion about traffic.
Yeah,
Traffic
traffic
circle,
circle.
but I think it was worded wrong. It's supposed to be from the co-op to drifters, the speed reduction, the whole way, not just those two intersections.
Talking to Lauren about it yesterday, and the way he wasn't sure about that, let's put it that way, and the reason they haven't done anything in that regard yet It's because they haven't figured out what they're gonna do with 317. So. So I don't know how far it'll go, because he said something up to Smith Road and then from, I don't know where it start, like by Woody's or whatever, and that way kind of a deal. Yeah,
So why are we voting on this if it's just information?
it's not the vote.
So it's to receive it as information.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried.
Any questions on it, so we can say we got the information from the resident, and they said no. Please be careful.
5.7, Public Utility Board Order 85-26.
Move it.
Second.
Be it resolved that the council of the RMA accept Public Utility Board Order 85-26 as in full.
Which means that we can pay off that deficit on the truck all.
Just
on the working capital.
$34,000 deficit.
So, yeah,
Yeah, we can just write that
for
out.
2024. 2025 is still coming.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So does that mean if we get it 3 years in a row, we can actually shut it down? Because it's like in real business, you can only have deficit for 3 years.
That's council prerogative.
My accountant said to me, you work for the post office, Jack, and they had to shut down. And they had a deficit every year for, I don't know, 50 years. So no, we don't have to shut down. Anyway,
We will move in second.
any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried. 5.8, Association of the Bilingual Municipalities Education Invitation. Be it resolved, council, do we have a mover and seconder?
Well,
Diane and Ken. Be it resolved, council of RMA approved councillor so-and-so to attend the roundtable discussion with the Association of Manitoba Bilingual Municipalities and Minister of Education and Early Childhood Learning on June 30th, 2026. Somebody like that?
Where is it gonna be?
The logistics.
no,
No one's available to attend.
Kevin Waters.
Nobody's going?
No.
So we don't need to vote on that, it's just gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
5.9.
5.9, Manitoba
Right, just
Manitoba Ombudsman request for meeting. Be it resolved that, is there a mover and seconder?
Okay, I'll second that.
Lord and Jack, be it resolved that the council of the RMA Alexander approve 2026 date for the ombudsman to attend council for discussion.
With this discussion with regard to our
many topics,
Any topic?
many areas of.
We're going through a lot.
Well, I want to ask some questions about what happened to the interviews that Mac and I did, and they didn't do anything about it. You know, as far as I know, like don't come and interview us for something and then sit on it and don't even mention it to anybody, you know, so, and I think they should have come back to us and let us know about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, don't spend half an hour of my time or our time and then don't do anything about it, you know, so. And they should have acted on it with us at the court, they never. Yeah, okay. So they're asking to go, no.
What date?
Do we have a date?
July 28th or August 18th council meetings,
July 28th or
August 18th, what's your preference?
28th, we got council meeting that day, so
No, they're coming, they've offered to come on a day you have council.
yeah, that's fine by me. Should get it over with.
Sure.
What date?
July 28th, the council meeting.
The council meeting.
Yeah.
The next one is August 18th, and that's a council meeting a month later.
Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
So July 28th, I'm okay with it.
That's not how you look at it, Mayor.
You okay with it?
Well,
I know, exactly, I feel the same way, yeah.
yeah.
Were you gonna say something a minute ago too?
I was just going back to that meeting with the minister, if you are still pursuing childcare up at the beaches, it might have been a good opportunity for you to make a case.
Yes, but I'm not like. I wonder if we can appoint, I don't think we could find, individual people that I know of. Years ago, I could say yes, but no, I would have a who was ready to attend.
There was a couple people at the beach that was looking into it, but I haven't heard anything from them in over a year.
Why don't you, if you know them, give them a call and tell them about it.
It's for elected officials, though.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
So one of you would have to be there.
Okay. You should be able to speak French.
No, I don't. No.
They were very good at the AMBM, I enjoyed that, yeah.
How was the museum?
It was good.
18th.
It was good.
Like that.
Really good. They did a fantastic job getting that organized. Really nice.
Tour was really good.
Yeah.
Where did you tour around?
Fine Falls Party.
Yeah.
St. George Signpost.
Okay, so July 28th is your date for the office one?
Okay.
Oh, for the, I don't need to put it on. I'm running. All those to period. 510 application.
I'll move it, but there's stuff missing out of that.
There was the resolution is be it resolved that the council of the RMA support the application by the Bird River Fire Department in their application for Canadian Red Cross fire equipment.
The,
It's just for background information, we just need your resolution to support the ability to put it in. It's not
Okay.
the whole encompass package that was included.
okay, no, because it identified the side by side and it identified the skid. For it, but there was also a bunch of gear and clothing, which was all specified as being allowed in the write-up for it, so.
Yeah, and they're included in the
Okay.
grant application.
That's
It was
fine.
just,
It was just when I read it, it was like, well, you're missing 2 sheets out of here.
oh, sorry.
Do we know if, Parview Pine Falls is submitting one?
Yes, your economic development officer is with them as well, to submit that application.
Okay, thank you.
Got one mosquito skeletons around me that I did in my backyard last night and I gun.
Yeah.
Is there a hole in the wall that they're getting in here this easy? You guys aren't getting bugged by them?
I had one, but he's still flying around, we'll get him.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote, all those in favor, carried.
You have a second?
Number 6 is personnel as follows.
Sorry, I just want, who confirmed, who was the seconder for that? I had,
Oh, okay.
I didn't
okay. It was,
There wasn't a second.
yeah, there was not a seconder, okay.
I am.
So, yeah. Yes.
Number 6, personnel policy. Number 1 is FIN-010- collection of overdue taxes and the sale of property for tax arrears 2026. Resolution 6297, be it. Works moving it.
Second.
And Diana seconding, be it resolved.
Sorry.
Be it resolved that on June 23rd, 2026, the policy FIN-010 collection of overdue taxes and the sale of property for tax arrears be approved. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried. 6.2 admin-001- land sale policy 2026. We can move it seconder. Back and back. Be it resolved, the Council of the RMA approve the updated land sale policy admin-001. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carry.
There.
6.3 is the same. We have a mover and a seconder.
Second.
Board and Diane. Who's doing the?
So it's in 2 parts. So the first part is the current CAO and the second part is the income, so.
Sharing the spot.
My last ticket to King.
Is this your last one? You're supposed to stand up, but.
No.
Okay, it's short, and sweet.
The 2025 audit, essentially all documentation has been submitted to the auditors. So now we're just waiting for the draft report. Poplar Ave Water Co-op extension. Again, the bylaws were set to the municipal board for approval. Anticipated to receive a decision by the end of June or early July. Second and third reading will then be requested at the board approval. Following the final reading of the bylaw, then the water services board will begin the project management process.
Is there anything that we have to do with that second or third reading?
You know, once you get the municipal board approval,
It's just pass it.
give a second, third reading,
Okay.
we will
If
then,
they approve it, we can just go forward with it.
yeah, those on the project list will be notified of the decision. And that the project will be then advertised accordingly.
Good.
Employment updates, the civil engineer technician position interviews have taken place and the references are being checked. I attended the AMM Eastern District meeting as well as the Association of Manitoba Bilingual Municipalities Leadership
Can I ask a
Summit.
question there?
Yes,
I was just at this meeting and I really enjoyed the meeting. And, I'm disappointed. I don't know, maybe it wasn't the place for it, but. What can I put
we're
this?
talking about the AMM
Yeah, the AMB,
or AMM,
Yes,
yeah, the
that
one that we had.
when we met with the minister, okay, like. You know, we invite the minister out, there's 10 or 12 municipalities, you know, friends, which is fine, you know. But all we did was bitch and complain to her, you know, I want money for this and I want money for that, and I don't agree with it. You know, we invited her here for the question should have been different, you know, like a question which, to me, I would love to ask the question is, over the years, this was tourism, you know, you're always, I was gonna ask her, you know, you're always worried about Churchill with the polar bears in Wales. I was gonna ask her, can you put a whale in a polar bear in our area too? Because you're always leaving us out, but they are getting better. Now, that was some of the questions that we should have asked her. You did. One community already got $113,000 and they wanted asking for more, you know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't like to go to a meeting, invite the minister out, we invited her, you know. And
She was given some kudos.
she was, yeah, but I think it's too much as far as I'm concerned,
But
but
we don't, sorry, Councilor Dubé, I don't think, AMBM can control what the member municipalities are asking.
It's very difficult because each municipality is supposed to
Yes,
have
yeah.
4 minutes. Time and time again, the same municipalities monopolize the minister's time, and that happened again. Because the goal of the meeting was to get the minister out to actually see the museum for the first time and recognize its importance as a tourism driver along the Winnipeg River Tourism Corridor. And we were supposed to give her a tour. The RM of Taché, Mayor Reeve, managed to grab her in the other buildings. We lost.
Well, that's what happened.
We lost 10 minutes. Because we were expecting her to come back, so the group number one.
Yeah.
So as a result, we had a partial visit, so.
Yeah.
I did complain and I was told, well, you'll have to take that up with the mayor, but I can tell you that he does that every time. So, we did thank the minister for having listened to us when we met with her.
Yeah, she did apologize for having to go, but she had another meeting that she had to get back into the city.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but.
But, and I do get, what you're talking about. What needs to happen is there has to be a stronger focus on other areas of the province. Because I agree with you, the focus has always been to the north, but Travel Manitoba is responsible for that. They are getting a new CAO. Colin Ferguson is stepping down. Is that going to change? I hope that we'll see some differences. Eastman Tourism is supposed to be our go-to organization. And they have restructured and they're not quite there yet. I think they're still struggling. I'm part of that board. So hopefully those tourism regions will make a difference. But when I brought up the fact that there were no more signature museums programs, like they did away with it, but there's nothing left. So I can use Selkirk, for instance, who are building a new facility. They're gonna be in the same position as us because there are no more signature museum programs. So they have to come up with something else. And they have to be more fair, and they have to be able to promote all areas of the province equally.
Well, that was a good general question. I commend you on that, but to come out and ask her for more money and everything else, you know, my roads, not just, you know, stuff like that. I think the AMBM has to look at it and say, we have to monitor these questions when we go to the next ones instead of a complaining session. But that's how I felt.
The thing
Should
it
we be
is,
sending a letter to the AMBM?
Well, I'll just gonna talk to Judge Johnson. I see.
well,
I'll mention
It's all in
that,
case
Justin.
when you
We-
meet with ministers.
Yeah.
we went to a similar meeting last fall or last spring. It was in the Rotary.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
it was the same thing. It was
Same
basically hey, what do you want? And it was everybody
Yeah.
just, you know,
That was with Minister Samar.
it was all smart, yeah.
We meet with the ministers to address these things, but anyhow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
Sorry to interrupt.
that's okay. I'll finish. So I also attended a meeting with ratepayers regarding drainage concerns. Councillor Kinghorn was there as well, as the rest of the management staff. I could say that issue has now been resolved.
Yes.
Could you repeat that, please?
That issue has now been resolved.
What's the issue?
Drainage. Water.
It's a bad situation because there is the lot that the person is on, and at the end of the lot, there is public reserve that belongs to Manitoba Hydro.
Oh.
And it's the kind of deal that basically where our responsibility stops is virtually at the same point that the end of their lots stop, and that's where our ditch stops, right? And from there, it goes on to flat land. And it's the kind of deal that they've been complaining for years about this water in there and their yards are always wet. Well, basically, what's happened over the years is ice has pushed the bank up, so there's a berm at the front, so that basically their lots are low. And some of them have added much material in. One guy has actually accepted it and built a wooden sidewalk that runs along so that, you know, to get down to where his road is, and it looks quite nice, but there was one lot in particular where people just were not satisfied with the way things were going. And they had some not accurate information that was being referenced back to Hydro, and apparently Hydro was indicated to them that the information that they got was not accurate and so on and so forth, so
So they
Resolved.
The request has been rescinded.
but that's good, because this has been going on for quite a number of years now, I feel. And I know Jason, if Jason was staying longer, that hair on the top of his head would be disappearing.
It might come back.
Whatever do you mean?
But, and I must say, the person that was complaining, the most, did have a one-on-one meeting with our incoming CAO. And, that meeting was very well, received, and, Jocelyn did an excellent job in managing that complaint. And ultimately, the result is what we want, so we're
Yeah.
quite happy with that.
I guess I shouldn't say this probably, but you guys didn't phone each other on your suits you're wearing, did they think you?
No. No, we did.
It's a new dress code.
So incoming, CAO, we have reviewed, many project files, there's still a few more to go. But, yeah, we will get to those heavy ones soon. This will be my last council meeting.
What's the date, June? This is June, not July.
Yeah.
I wish I just wish all the best to council and staff, I mean, and the CEO. And, it's been a ride.
Start crying, I'll start crying too. I'm glad you've been here. It's been excellent working with you. Yeah.
It's been a real honor and a privilege to have worked with you.
Yes, and I can honestly say in all the time that I've been on council, when you came on board, we never heard the pen hit the desk with, well, don't you want me to do? Okay,
Yeah.
we never saw the CAO get up and go storming out of here because they didn't like the way things were going. And it's been a real pleasure. Whatever we've asked of you, you've done. And you've made a lot of changes in here that have really made this better as well. So congratulations and on your coming up retirement. And it's been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
The next part's a lot of fun too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A lot of people refer to it as the best job you ever had.
There might be a few areas. But
Thank you.
it's been real fun time.
It's been an honor, basically, to have been part of your term, because I think that you've brought a lot to this council. And you have made some necessary changes and some very good recommendations that help council to make some good decisions. And we're gonna miss you. So, but do enjoy your retirement and your new home, but we know you'll be coming back to Manitoba often because your children will hear it.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and we do hope to keep in touch. So, thank you.
Oh, I will.
In your 4 years is it you've been here? That's all?
Just over 4 years, yeah.
You almost solved this whole water problem. I'm not saying anything against the previous people, but I know you're looking after it and trying to get it pushed through.
Right.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, I know, there's no water in the tap yet, so that's not.
Getting closer.
We're getting there. It's
Okay.
coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also have to say goodbye to Mr. Green over here. This is his final as well.
We can do this on the council too.
On the 30th, we'll do this, okay?
Yeah. we'll go to the third one.
We'll do this on the 30th.
You know, this is his last council meeting. So,
Okay.
thank you for all your advice.
So it's
Greatly appreciated.
all your thoughts, your ideas, your directions and your words of wisdom on what we need to do or how we need to do it. And good job on getting us to spend money on new equipment.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, we're over there.
All right.
So now the incoming CEO has their report.
Thank you very much for your report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we don't vote on this one right now, we wait till they're both done?
Yes, yes.
So as Giselle said, we've been working together and she's helping me learn all of the project files. Lots of really good notes in them. I find them very useful. And I've again been still touring the municipality and meeting with residents, and I attended the same meeting as Giselle had said. And then we've had some questions from residents that have come up that we're entertaining. Beyond that, we just have your upcoming meeting schedule and the public works report. So
Okay, so for Public Works, graveling has been completed in all wards. Dust control operations are being finalized and should be completed today. Ongoing culvert replacement throughout the RM after the rain event that we had, finding quite a few that have failed. We did purchase a trailer and it was delivered, but it was picked up and brought back to the shop after a thorough walkthrough of it. We found there's a bunch of paint chipping and it wasn't gonna survive a couple of years, so they're in the process of replacing that for us. We ordered a new mini excavator that as was submitted last week. The past week, we had the dozer out in Gull Lake Pit, safing that out, getting rid of the sheer cliffs that are there. And that went back to SMS yesterday. Grass cutting is in full swing and all in the RM. Continuing with the general cleanup, tree removal where required. We did the alum treatment at the 313 Lagoon. That was completed last week and we got the test back and we're good there now. So we can start discharging.
Which one?
313.
Okay, the new one.
Yeah,
The new one.
The sign was installed last week for the museum. And just this morning, actually just got off the phone with our trapper. He was out at the fire hall. He did manage to pull 3 beavers out of there. We're gonna go there probably tomorrow, remove the buildup, on Spruce Land. So he would like to go there tomorrow afternoon and stick around and see if any of them pop up, so. Longer than that, there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You have your license trapper, then you can, they're not considered a nuisance beavers, you can remove them.
Go ahead, Ken.
Dan, did we get more information on the speed bump for Lester Beach?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Pardon me?
Let's go ahead, yeah.
So did look into them, personally, in my opinion, I think it's gonna be a liability for the RM. Cause you're gonna have 13, 14-year-old kids on their dirt bikes ripping up and down those roads, hitting those speed bumps. There's potential that they're gonna get injured from them. We can't anchor them to the road. Cause it'll deteriorate our roads, it'll cause holes in them. Even that with them not being anchored, somebody's just gonna drag them off the road, they're gonna end up in a ditch, they're gonna end up in somebody's driveway. For all we know, right? If we get for one area, the next area is gonna see it, and they're gonna want us to put in more speed bumps throughout the RM. It's kind of a slippery slope once you start. But I think the biggest thing is the liability, because you know the kids, you're gonna see them, they're gonna try and jump them and do whatever they can.
But we can't put them down, like Lester Beach are really inquired, they're probably very serious about it. I'm gonna talk to Gordon probably tonight or tomorrow, and I'm gonna, if he still wants, I'm gonna send him to, ask him for a request. You know, if he wants them on Lester Boulevard, he can say yes or no, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so, did we get a cost on them?
It varies anywhere from $100 to $700 a 8-foot length. Depends on what they want. There's quite a span of which one.
Well, I'm guessing, like I know the area, I'm guessing probably about 3 of them, you know, and putting them down for summer only for July and August, or right till September or October long weekend, you know, and then pull them out.
Yeah, like I said, if you're not anchoring them, driving them into our roadways, they're not gonna stay there, right? And the second we start driving into the roadways with their anchoring system, is gonna deteriorate that. Come fall with the rains, the way the roads are, it's gonna cause us road issues. And
Diane's got a question.
Yes.
I think maybe we should talk to other jurisdictions who have put them in. I know that the town had put them in a number of years ago. And they took them out because they had so many people after them for damage to their vehicles and for springs coming loose from their vehicles. And this was not just kids, this was regular people driving up and down. They had put them up thinking they were gonna slow down traffic, and I think they ended up taking them out because it was the complaints far outweighed the expected benefits from them. So I think we should talk to other people who've put them in to see what the success rate is.
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. Like, I don't like them either, but like I said, they're looking at for slowing the speed for people. Well, the people have to regulate it themselves, and unfortunately, they're not doing it. Okay, so we can't help them on the speed limit in any shape or form. You know, so we can't ask the RCMP to go down there because they don't have time. And I really feel sorry for the RCMP, because I've been going back and forth here the last month or so, and oh my goodness, these guys are busy. They don't have to worry about speed on Lester Boulevard. There's more important things to do there. But anyhow, I'll talk to Gordon about it and see I'll tell him all the concerns, and I will see what he does with that. Good.
Go ahead, Jake.
Speaking of policing, when we had our radar sign up last year, there was one guy that lives on Pine Road. And I'm not sure it was him, but he goes through Bel Air Road as a blur. And on Lester Boulevard, they say he's doing about 80 kilometers an hour. So to me, that is a police concern. It should be looked at. Go on that end of it first and try and control it. rather than affecting everybody with speed bumps.
Yeah, all it would take is one or two guys to get dinged and it's slow everybody down. For a while,
Really speed.
you
Okay, no.
Do we have some data from the radar thing?
We should have from last year. It's not up yet this year.
Well, maybe
It is going.
compile that stuff together. And then can we request that they go and look like for a day, whatever,
Yeah.
go down there and handle some tickets, and then people will start watching the speed sign again.
Yeah.
Can we request them to go down there, Jocelyn? Okay, well, you guys will have to work together on that, the data to get it together, because that's hard facts. And if you've got speeders there, just say, please go down there for a day and handle speed.
Dan, can I just ask a quick question? Where are you at with the grass cutting? And the reason I say that is I've seen a few comments on social media lately, basically up in the Still Cove, Elsie area about not having grass cut yet.
They're working their way out that way. Mike was out at the beaches and then Raymond's just starting out from here and we're gonna out. We're gonna have hopefully the third tractor out end of the week, beginning of next week.
Rain slow or how at all, you just got in the rain anyway, right?
Unless it's too soft.
Yeah, so right now I'm still okay. Yeah. Was there another question?
No.
Continue.
I think that.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your reports. If there's no further discussion, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried. Hey Jay, I just want to say something too, buddy. I guess we're doing something on the 30th, but we said a whole bunch of nice things about Valerie. I just want to say it's been a pleasure working with you too. And you were probably one of the biggest helps to me. And I think you made it smooth sailing. That's the biggest thing in our areas is public works and relations with them. And your 35 years or whatever it is, 40 years, has helped us so immensely, I think. Thank you very much, Jay. I was a pleasure working with you too.
Mr. Mayor, Diane, are you leaving at 12 o'clock?
Shortly after.
Okay, could we have a meeting without Giselle and Jason right after 12 o'clock with Diane here to discuss it?
Okay.
Okay,
sure.
Only take us 5 or 10 minutes.
And I also wanted to.
Yeah, you're not gonna be in trouble.
Personally, thank
Go ahead, Diane.
I met Jason in 1989 when I was first elected. And got him into trouble with the forum.
Remember that?
But I've had the opportunity and I think it has been a pleasure because you've always been there for council. You always give us very good advice. And it's been really appreciated because I have served many terms, but my first term, I was a rookie as well. And it was a learning process, but I think you have really served this municipality well. And I think I know you want to take some time off, but I think you would be an excellent candidate for council as well. You should ever consider that. Thank you.
And I just want to add to that, I basically because of Great Falls had issues with water at times that weren't necessarily within the scope of regular work hours kind of a thing. And Jason's always been there to answer the phone when it rang. And always has been, yep, we'll get somebody on that right away. And it's very comforting to know that you had the support there like that to keep things going. So that was a real, for me, a really big plus, especially with that situation at Great Falls and the water system. So thank you, Jason. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're listening to all that you've done.
I speak on behalf of where I live, and as everybody's aware that we have to have our own responsibilities for the condo. And Jason has just bent over backwards to help us in some areas that we really didn't have to because it's our responsibility. And on behalf of all of us in that, we thank you for everything you've done. It was really, really appreciated. And working with you And I always love the comment, you say, well, maybe that's not a good idea right now. So, I always appreciate it, Jason. Thank you for it.
Oh, you're welcome.
So just retiring, he's not dead.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
What else we doing here now?
Well,
We moving on?
What you do,
That's the-
you vote on that resolution
Passed.
and you do the next one and then
No.
adjourn for lunch and then
Yeah.
you can kick Jay and I out for 5 minutes.
So we're on seven,
6.4.
oh, CAO appointment, 2026. You'll move to seconder, I'll move it.
Second it.
Be it resolved that the council of the RMOA appoint Jocelyn Whaley as chief administrative officer effective July 11th, 2026. Further be it resolved that Jocelyn Whaley be given all signing authority and Giselle Smith be removed as signing authority as of July 11th.
So we drum roll.
Thank you.
All those in favor, carried. You're in.
Effective July 11th.
Okay, so you want to adjourn for lunch?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then I can go cry, yes. We're journey for like I don't remember being this emotional.
Comes with age.
I guess, your age or something.
Yeah. Oh, not the baby. Yep. Yep.
Call to order, good run though.
Yep.
We all, we're public meeting to order, back to order. I believe we're on 7.1. Yep. Bylaw 1026 organizational bylaw. Second reading 2026. Love it.
Second it.
You moved it? And board seconded. Where's the resolution 2026 be it resolved that the council of the RMOA in bylaw 1026, the organizational bylaw second reading.
Yeah.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote, all those in favor, carried. 7.1.1, bylaw 1026, organizational bylaw. Third reading 2026, resolution 2026 be it resolved that the council of RMOA is bylaw 1026, the organizational bylaw, third reading. Do we need a mover and a seconder for this?
Yes.
I'll move it. Word second.
I can second it.
Word seconds it. This is a recorded vote, so. All those in favor? Okay. Did everybody vote?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unanimously carried. Seven point two. Bylaw 1126, prevention of aquatic invasive species in Gull Lake, first reading 2026.
I will approve that.
Okay. 10 seconds.
10 seconded. Be it resolved, the council of the RMOA gives bylaw 1126 prevention of aquatic invasive species on Gull Lake, first reading. Any discussion?
Hold that up, Justin, is that to help the lake or to, explain a bit on that?
So I.
He called me on that, yeah.
Yes, so I believe you attended their meetings
Right, yes, yeah.
and then asked them to contact me because apparently I've proven that I do a lot of bylaw and policy writing. And so they asked for a bylaw for their, to prevent aquatic invasive species in the lake. It has to be passed by both this municipality and St. Clement. They are today expected to give first reading to exactly the same bylaw because it was sent to them. There does seem to be some concerns coming from the province. The CAOs from here and St. Clement will be meeting with a very persistent government employee tomorrow. So we may have updates for you. But we do ask for first reading today.
Okay, very good.
Any further discussion? No, question. I'll call for the vote, all those in favor? Carried, voted, leave. They say it's carried? Carried.
So what's this persistent public employee?
She is of the opinion, according to a voicemail and an email, that the management board shouldn't have any enforcement capability, although they have their own seals for Gull Lake, and it's a primarily private area anyway. But as to further information, I don't have any more, so.
Right.
8, Detective Services, point 1, Powerview Pine Falls RCMP detachment. Fourth quarter report statistics 2026.
Move it.
Mac and
Second again.
can be it resolved, the Council of the Arm Bay receives the following detective service reports. Powerview Pine Falls RCMP fourth quarter report statistics. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried. 8.2. Prairie by law enforcement report May 2026.
No, we gotta put a resolution on.
The mover and seconder. Ward and you. Sure, me. Be it resolved, Council of the RM of Alexandra received Prairie bylaw enforcement reports for May 2026. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried. 9 is Public Works and Operations, point 1 Pig or Whistle Pig Bridge. Request for proposal 2026. Over to seconder.
Move.
I can second.
I can't move to all second it.
Ken and Mac. Be it resolved that the Council of the Arm Bay approve option B for the bridge replacement under the Disaster Funding Assistance Program.
Hey, there's a
funding, would we spend the $550?
there's a pretty substantial difference between the two quotes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did contact both of the companies. The one for the 550,000, I asked them to expand on their proposal that they sent me because it's very vague and very gray. I didn't get a very good response from them. Their answer was still very vague and very gray. Reading through it, it leaves it really open for a ton of extra cost plus. Yes. With going with that 550,000. It's, to me, it's not something I would really jump into personally, because their 550,000 is gonna hit the $1 million as well. Cause just the way they've explained it and not being able to give me the answer that I wanted.
That's what I figured.
I did speak to Pure Solutions as well and asked if there's wiggle room on their quote. And he did send me a list of potential areas where there could be savings from potentially of 50 to 60,000 in one area, 20,000 in another. And then they're very detailed, and anything that they put in extra above the Stantec's proposal.
So
It will
Stantec's proposal was what the
official.
At 971,000.
Yeah.
Just, sorry.
So anything that they have that's in extra, if it can be proven that it's structurally sound and engineeringly safe, it would be covered in our claim. We wouldn't have to cover those costs.
Yeah.
Good.
Also spoke with, what's his name? Grant Butler about the claim. He said there's a 13% plus or minus on the quote that we have, so. I think Pure Solutions is one you should definitely.
Yeah.
And approving with us.
Yeah.
Not that we're mentioning names or anything.
I know, as soon as it came up.
I was really concerned with your concern.
Yeah, it was like,
Didn't make sense.
No.
Yeah.
How could you one do that and double it on the other
Yeah.
way? Just nothing was driving there.
Yeah.
Very vague.
Yeah.
So then they gave you a response that was still vague, so we don't
Yeah.
even know what they're quoting on.
Yeah. It
So
was
you
very,
can't really
very.
take that one if you don't even know what they're quoting on it. Okay, so. Did we get a mover and a second already?
Yeah.
Be it resolved, the Council of Rome Municipality of Alexandra approve option B for the bridge replacement under the Disaster Funding Assistance Program. All those in favor? Carried. Okay. Number 10, Economic Development and Planning, point 1, conditional use 2126 40101 Sappy Road.
I just would like to interrupt for 2 seconds, in aid of attempting to shorten these for you.
Thank you.
Because they have been listed and therefore will be included in the minutes, you will note that under the now therefore, the last line says with the conditions listed below. So you do not have to read the conditions. Yeah, so so you don't have to read everything every time. They are going to be included in the minutes. They will be very public, so.
Got a mover and a seconder?
I'll move this one.
Second.
Whereas a public hearing has been held in reference to an application for conditional use by the applicant of property legally described as lot 7, block 1, plan 10817 at northeast 25/1970 PM, roll number 195500, Ward 1, 40101 Safi Road, to allow a short-term rental business in a R residential zone. Now, be it resolved that the request to allow a short-term rental business under zoning bylaw 0820 be hereby approved to conform with the current zoning bylaw in a R residential zone with the conditions listed below. So those conditions are the same for every one of these.
Every single one.
Every single short-term rental.
Is there any further discussion? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Is it for every single short-term rental? You have some other things.
You want me
in
to
here.
read it once?
No,
Okay.
no, I just, but all of your conditional uses will now read that. It's just that sometimes it's for, you know, a garage or a this, it's not, so the conditions are always gonna be listed, so.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried. So 10.2 is conditional use 2226-5 Rena Drive.
I'll move it.
Seconded. Whereas a public hearing has been held in reference to an application for conditional use by the applicant of property legally described as lot 11, block 7, plan 11305 in Southwest 33197 EPM, roll number 186340, Ward 1, 5 Rena Drive. Allow a short-term rental business in an R residential zone. Now therefore be it resolved that the request to allow a short-term rental business under zoning bylaw 0820 be hereby approved to conform with the current zoning bylaw in a residential zone with, I can't see underneath that thing there,
Sorry.
the conditions listed below. And we all know what condition are. I'm voting. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried.
Can you minimize that,
This is,
You should be able to,
there we go.
okay, perfect.
Now we are on 10.3, conditional use 23-26, 2 Edith Road, 2026. I got a mover and a seconder.
Second.
Resolution 2026, that whereas a public hearing has been held in reference to an application for conditional use by the applicant of property legally described as lot 12, block 1, plan 15122 in Northwest 33-18-7 EPM, roll number 853110, Ward 2, 2 Edith Road, to allow a short-term rental business in our R residential zone. Now therefore be it resolved that the request to allow a short-term rental business under zoning bylaw 0820 be hereby approved to conform with the current zoning bylaw in a R residential zone with the conditions listed below. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried.
We'll be voting on this. How are we voting on this?
I think, I don't, most of it was valid to me, so.
10.4, conditional use 242615 Pioneer Street, 2026.
I'll move it.
Seconder?
I'll second it. Bring it to the floor.
The only question I got is, how do you guys feel about this?
Well, being perfectly honest, when I read it up originally, and I went through all of the complaints, I really had to start to say, things going on here. But then when I got more into it, and I realized that all these complaint letters were consistently the same, but just a change of the name. They all come from the same person. so to speak. I do value the fact that they've talked a lot about, traffic and where the parking will be, you know, that. But then if we do dust off on it and maintain that, that will solve that particular problem. But also when I asked Jack about it, I mean, at the meetings, they were 75-80% in favor. Cottage Owners Association really want to do this. I mean, do we have the option down the road? What if all of a sudden it became a huge problem? We don't have the option of actually.
They have 12 months to.
And we
Well,
have
no,
noise
they have 12
bylaw.
months
We
to
have
build,
bylaws.
to do the conditional use, like to build it,
Yeah.
we'll say. And then they can get 1 12-month extension if they don't, after that, there's, it's not
You
permitted.
know, this is a real, this is a toughie. It's
2 years.
it's built in a recreational area.
It's where it's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ken.
they approached us
Go ahead.
about 3 years ago. We've been following it very, very closely. I've been to the last annual meetings. The last annual meeting was in March and we attended in Winnipeg. Cause there's 75-80% of the people said yes. I guess my really problem was, where were all the objectives there at the meeting and nobody showed up? They said everybody was. And I think there was a good feeling that everybody wanted it through. Now that we heard all the objections this morning, I still say I'm going to vote yes on it. And because I think all the problems that we have, we can rectify. If there's a noise problem, we can fix. If there's a parking problem, we can fix. There's lots of things that we could do. And we do have the resources. We have the bylaw office. If we do get complaints or anything else, we can go ahead and adjust them. And I think the association will address most of these problems before it gets to us.
And he was very explicit on that.
Yeah.
That he will be on top of it at all times.
Yes,
And also, I asked Dan about it, just that, yeah.
And also, they're getting a very good deal on the concrete and everything
Yes, I
else.
hear
They're
that.
doing two of them. I think Mr. Peterson's in charge of putting everything together there, but they have a very organized group. So, okay, that's all.
Well, sorry.
Jay had his hand up.
Well, they had mentioned parking, and to me, that's not an issue, because when those other events are like you've seen, there could be 50 to 100 cars there. You're not gonna have that for pickleball.
No.
Well, that's
To me,
that's
that wasn't.
that's a valid point, yeah. So this park is used for other things.
And I'm not,
Used for other things?
Yeah, weddings, yeah.
Oh, okay.
go ahead, Mac.
I personally think it's a good idea, but the other side of it is that. I think we have to be a little bit careful, and doing it this way, to me, makes a lot of sense, because they gotta come back to us in a year. And if there's issues in regards to noise or whatever, we can require that they
Well, they don't,
do further actions or.
they don't have to come back in a year. This is different than a short-term rental,
Okay.
right? It's conditional use, it's similar to the gravel crushing or the. So basically, if they don't act on it in 12 months, they can ask for an extension.
Yes, but the other side of it's conditional, that gives us the right to go back in there at some point and say, we don't like what's happening, or.
I don't think so.
In this
What's
case,
that, sorry?
if it's conditional, then we have the right to go back and say that.
Well, just see if there's too much noise.
What?
Or a parking problem.
Once it's been approved, it stays with the property and you
Yeah.
don't want them to spend $1 million and
Yeah,
then tell them, no, you can't.
But I mean, if they're, wanting to put up lights or something, we could say no at that point. Because the noise, we want to stop at 10 o'clock at night or whatever times that they choose. Hopefully they look after all that stuff themselves, though, like Ken was saying. Their board there will look after it and say, we're only gonna be going from 10 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night or whatever. they choose.
I know, but the other side of it is that basically noise bylaws tend to be along the lines of with nuisance noise or noise that people find offensive. And if you're sitting in your backyard having a cool one on a nice hot day and you're hearing this boom, 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 that becomes an irritating noise kind of a deal, right? So the only thing I'd like to have added to that would be that basically noise levels be monitored in there. And should they get to the point where the RM is receiving complaints about it, that appropriate noise deadening will be implemented or something along that line.
I asked that question in the hearing Lord Campbell answered it and said, or I said, if it's noisy, like, are you going to put
Yeah, I know, I heard him say that.
blankets up?
Yeah.
And he said, yes, but why would you do that right now if it's fine?
Exactly.
So they're gonna wait and see, and they say they're gonna look after it and act on problems.
So that's why I say, put it in there, because now it's something that, well, if it is a problem, then you're gonna have to deal with it, kind of deal with it.
I think that's a good idea.
But I think, I mean, 2 courts, that's a maximum of 8 people, and that's if only if both courts are in operation at the same time. So,
And we were at the meetings, and actually the last one I was at, there was only one person there that was opposed to it, and that person was here today as well. Before that, I believe there was a different person opposed to the meeting. I mean, it was like 3 people in the last 3 years that I've been at. So I take those people that are in opposition today, I take their message into account. And I'm hoping that your association, you should belong to it, then you'd have a say in it with them.
yeah,
And you can change some outcomes, but right now, the majority of the people would like to do that. And in a lot of instances, if you were in like in a bigger area, say Winnipeg even, there's so many people that would be opposed to a hockey rink. You wouldn't have one hockey rink in Winnipeg. You can't just go on, well, this is democratic, but you can't just go on a few people for number one, but there's so many people that are all for it, you have to try it. And hopefully any problems that come into, that we encounter, their board will look after and everything will be fine. And all these kinds of things, this stuff keeps our kids out of trouble.
Yeah.
And I'd rather them be making a couple of banging ball noises than banging guns in the street, that's for sure.
Well, I did speak to Dan and she's in favor of it.
Yes.
She was vote for it. So
Anyway, hopefully any problems that come out of it that we were hearing about today,
we're gonna add that to that little bit.
we can look after.
We're gonna add that,
It's a,
that comment.
That noise levels be monitored?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest concerns of people that were.
By whom? We don't have that now.
Oh, it's not
We
a
don't
bylaw.
have noise monitoring in our bylaw, so.
no, but we asked them to do it because they know about the noise and the irritating sounds from it, so that the LBAI or whatever
TBIs.
monitored, and if the levels go above the recognized 50 or 55 dBA, that appropriate sound protection or noise abatement, that would be the better word, noise abatement be installed.
You want a third condition that
Yes,
the Lester Beach
yes,
something association monitor.
yeah, and if the noise levels at 100 feet or whatever are in excess of that rate, then they put up
Noise abatement.
noise abatement. Yeah. So we're not telling them to do it right off the bat, but it's something that they.
Because that was something that most people were
Big
opposed.
concern, yeah,
The biggest concern was the noise.
we address it and.
I don't know if you read it.
I don't think you read it.
What?
Read your resolution.
Resolution number 2026, whereas a public hearing has been held in reference to an application for a conditional use by the applicant of property legally described as Lot 1, Plan 16276 in Northeast 33-18-7 EPM, roll number 85200, Ward 2, 15 Pioneer Street, to allow an outdoor participant recreation service pickleball court in a PI Parks and Institutional Zone. Now therefore be it resolved that the request to allow an outdoor participant recreation service pickleball court under zoning bylaw 0820 be hereby approved to conform with the current zoning bylaw in PI Parks and Institution Zone with the conditions listed below. And these are different, so I should read these ones correct.
Yeah.
Number 1, building permit is obtained. Number 2, that a variance be obtained, and then you're adding number 3.
That the Lester Beach Association monitor noise levels, and should they exceed 100 decibels for an extended period of time, noise abatement must be installed.
I don't, is it 100?
No, it's, should they exceed 50 or 55 at 100 feet or 30 meters, then the noise abatement be installed.
Okay,
Because there was one of the documents in the package that, Dan had sent, which was all about setting up pickleball courts, and it talked about that kind of stuff, kind of, right, so.
55.
Yeah, we address that.
Yeah, they were all saying the numbers, but I don't know if that's the right numbers you're gonna be.
Okay.
You better check into that, make sure they're the right numbers.
50 to 55 decibels at 100 feet. So obviously it's an American standard, so that's 30 meters.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've added that.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried.
It's gone, it's just the one there.
Is there anybody online still?
Chris Tremblay,
Pardon me?
Chris Tremblay.
Okay.
And US fuel heated. What's the next one?
That was 10.4 and it is carried. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it. That one's carried, yes.
10.5.
10.5 conditional use 2526-90099 PR 315. Got a mover and a second.
Move it.
Mac and Ken. Resolution 2026, whereas a public hearing has been held in reference to an application for conditional use by the applicant of property legally described as Northwest 8-16-13 EPM roll number 224140, Ward 4, 90099 PR 315, to allow the placement of 2 shipping containers, cans, in a NR natural resource zone. Now therefore be it resolved that the request to allow the placement of 2 shipping containers, cans, under zoning bylaw 0820 be hereby approved to conform with the current zoning bylaw in an NR natural resources zone upon conditions listed below. Number 1, a building permit to be obtained. Number 2, that Crown Lands has no concerns with this application.
Are we stating that, or are we just putting that as they have to contact Crown Lands and make sure that?
That's a condition.
It's a condition.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried. Ten point six, conditional use 2026 or 2626-18 Hazelwood Drive. Mover and a seconder.
Move it.
By Mac and Gord. Resolution 2026, whereas a public hearing has been held in reference to an application for conditional use by the applicant of property legally described as lot 4, block 4, plan 14503 in Southwest 7-16-13 EPM, roll number 220864, Ward 418 Hazelwood Drive, to allow the construction of a loft garage in an R residential zone. Now therefore be it resolved that the request to allow the construction of a loft garage under zoning bylaw 0820 be hereby approved to conform with current zoning bylaw in an R residential zone with the conditions listed below. A building permit be obtained. Any discussion? No. I got a question. We never did say how high that was. Usually when it's a loft garage, don't we usually say what was the maximum height of it?
23 feet, I think is what the margin is.
As long as he's getting a permit, then it'll be conforming to, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Because you'd have to get a variance to go beyond the 20.
Yeah, so you'd have to do that area if you want some number. So we're at 10.6, is that right?
You gotta vote on it. Yeah.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried. 10.7, proposal to subdivide.
I can move that. I'll second that.
Be it resolved, Council of the RM of A has no concerns with proposals to subdivide 4600-25-7865 in PT Southwest 4-19-7 EPM with the conditions listed below. Number 1, a road creation hearing be held. Number 2, that an engineered drainage plan is provided and that concerns with drainage are satisfactorily addressed. Number 3, that a development agreement is entered into with the RM of Alexander. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Call for the vote. All those in favor, carried.
That's Dan Lesher. It's Dan Lesher doing that.
Number 11, correspondence, point 1, non-action notifications.
Nope, Penny.
Penny,
Proposal to subdivide 26-7879 2026. Moving second.
All of it.
Second.
Be it resolved that the council of the Arma Bay has no concerns with the proposal to subdivide 4600-26-7879 in PT Southeast 11-17-80 PM on the conditions that number 1, conditional use orders be obtained if required. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, carried. Now we're on 11.
Yep.
Correspondence point 1 is non-action notification of minutes bulletins.
Just for our information.
The only one that I had was ATV Manitoba, because what they've said is that, they're after us to join them. As a corporate member, I would think. And that way then we can push them to become the same as Snowman, so that they've got a funding thing in progress or in place that puts money back into the trails. Because right now, Bel Air Properties, Bel Air ATV Club, they're doing trail maintenance, but they're doing it out of the funds that they get just for memberships and stuff like that kind of a deal. There is no funding tool in place like there is for Snowman and the snowmobile trails, right?
so we're not members of Snowman though.
No, we're not.
Okay.
But this is ATV Manitoba is a club. It's not Snowman as such kind of a deal.
Okay.
We're also not members of the Victoria Beach.
So what are you asking now? What are you asking them?
Well, it's one of those things is that I think it would be a way if we become part of this, or I don't know what the cost that was to it, because I don't remember seeing a cost in it, but
It's $100, 105.
$105 for a year, but then we can basically go and start pushing getting AMM to lobby for us in regards to getting that made as to operate on a similar basis to Snowman.
I think you can do that without being a member.
Go ahead, Jocelyn.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make the recommendation that if council chose to become members, that you could add a further be it resolved that ATV Manitoba membership be obtained by the municipality.
Okay.
Don't do it.
I mean, it's your decision ultimately. I just wonder if AMM could get on that, topic without you having to be a member.
Well, I think it would carry more weight if we were,
Yeah, okay.
you know, that's all. And if it's $100 a year, it's not a heck of a lot
No,
of
it's not. No,
money, you know.
okay.
Plus, it shows then that there's some interest from the municipality.
Shows your support.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I just hesitate joining.
No, I know. But this isn't a lifetime commitment. You know,
So is there a resolution for that or not?
Yeah.
Well, resolution is just to say we received information.
no.
Yeah.
Jocelyn had mentioned that.
Then you would have to agree to it be amended to say further be it resolved that an ATV Manitoba membership be obtained by the municipality.
Yeah,
Who's going?
we get a membership to it, so
We got a membership.
it just shows us the Arm of Alexander is a member of the ATV Manitoba.
Join that?
Well,
Well,
We
I
haven't
think it would,
joined anything.
no, it was a suggestion, that's all. And I just thought it may be easier if we're gonna take and start lobbying it, that if we're part of it. Whatever you want, it doesn't matter to me, it was just like,
Just
maybe the numbers, and
you know, like I say, it's $100 for a year, so.
Does anybody else want to join it?
yeah, go ahead, Jeff, go ahead, do it, Jeff.
Speak up.
Somebody call for a vote.
I don't know.
Who wants to join it together?
Yeah.
Like you.
Well, you too.
I don't,
Well,
we
I
haven't
guess
joined the
it's-
snowmobile club.
it'll give us the opportunity to get feedback back and forth.
Yeah,
I just didn't think we were becoming.
well, no, but the other side of it is that right now, ATVing in Manitoba is growing dramatically, especially in this area since Lake Light moved in. And,
I'm not designing that.
they, RMLA Bonnie has had, last year they had, Lake Life sponsored this Mud Mafia thing, and they ended up getting $100,000 out of the province to fix one of the snowmobile trails because they just destroyed it through one
If you
area.
guys want to join, I will agree with you. Let's join that club and see what happens over the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any input from administration? Do you think we should do this or not? I think I already heard, no, you shouldn't.
Yes, that was expressed.
Not a recommendation.
Well, it's not to-
Neither for nor against. I mean, sometimes it's better to be part of an organization, because they're not asking you to sit on the board. They're not asking
Well,
you to
let's
sign.
try it for this year, see what happens.
They're not asking.
So a motion for that would be,
Yeah, I'll move it.
I'll second.
and the motion would be to join ATV club.
So you've got a resolution to receive for information, or accept the attached correspondence for information. The
Any
recommendation.
further discussion on that? Hearing none, call for the vote, all in favor?
Okay.
Okay.
And now there's a new resolution.
Resolution is,
The new one reads, be it dissolved that, the municipality obtain a membership in the ATV Manitoba.
over to seconder, Mac and Ken.
I would say-
All those in favor? Carried.
I would say make it, it's like, Dawson, make it a, that we purchase a 1-year membership.
1-year membership, yes.
Because that's what they are, 1 year.
Okay. All right, that's it.
Now we got a mission of the church,
11.2 corporate correspondence, nothing, 12, no motion, nothing, 13 committee of board cameras
we
or
gotta go
anything.
in, yeah, we gotta go in because there's.
So I move to go on camera,
Second.
Max seconds, all those in favor, carried.
Wait.
Here, who seconded the
Heidi Ford.
His arms were up in the air, must be.
It's a chair.
Oh.
So we are back in the regular meeting now, moved out of camera, and I move, we adjourn. I agree. Board seconds it, and we are adjourned. And in adjourned.